Now we are. Now we are. All right. Now we're live on. Well, now I'm not playing this song, but you know what? Whatever. It's all good. No worries. I was playing the usual song, the huge um, song stuff I play. What's up? What's up, crew? It's been a while since we've done a live anything. We were live on IG. It's been a while since we've been live on. This is Toby's butt. You guys on YouTube can't see it, or you on Instagram can't see it, but on Facebook right here. This is Toby's butt. Sorry, here's tell. But yeah, it's been a while that we did the live on YouTube. And I got some coffee. I'm ready to hang out. I'm ready to hang out. I'm ready to chat it up, even though maybe I'm going to be just chatting with myself. But in this situation, it's okay to be chatting with yourself if there's no one else watching, or maybe later on. We'll see. I only went live on IG and Facebook because just to let anyone know, if you're not doing nothing, go to YouTube. Our YouTube channel link is in our bio. Click on that somewhere, right on IG and on Instagram. The bio deal. You just click on that, and it'll take you there. If you're on IG, and do that. Click on our bio, take you to our channel. Check out right now if you don't want to, because I'm going to cut this off and that off, and then we're going to stay on there. I feel like I'm rambling a lot, but I always feel like I'm doing that. But that's what we're going to do. Link in bio. Link in bio. Subscribe after this live if you are not yet subscribed yet. We awesome appreciate that. You're awesome. Yes, you're all cool and so dope. Is there anything else, crew, on the tubes on the YouTube? No. Anything you guys want to say to any of them? No. Okay. Okay. They said no. They said no. Of course, I'm only kidding. I'm talking to myself. But yeah, go over there. All right. We're gonna be on till maybe 8 8:15. It's supposed to be an hour, but sometimes I drag it on and drag it on. So if maybe you even see this live maybe 10 minutes later or 30 minutes later, and even if you made it to this point, we'll still be on to like maybe 8:15. About maybe we're just talking about Star Wars, the new Star Wars hotel Star Cruiser, whichever you want to use. But that stuff, we're talking about the videos that came out, what we're thinking about it, and all the craziness. All right. The answers might surprise you. The answers to what I think might surprise you. Yeah, go check it out. 1 second. You guys. And later you. 1 second. You crew on the YouTube, please, as I add this stuff. You got to add like the title of your live and stuff. Yep. Live Friday. What are we talking about today, crew? The Halcyon. Why am I doing that? I had on the gimbal. I can do this. Why am I making myself work hard? I can do. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. And then I know, crew, 1 second. I know. Taking forever. I'm just doing the post on IG. That's why. But maybe it'll give some time. Maybe someone wants to come in. Okay. And then, but look at crew. There's the, well, look at that. Mhm. 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 And then, yeah, hold on. Let me clear that off so then when you see it, it's its full potentiality. Excuse me. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah. Dope. But the phone is cool. It's awesome. I'm loving it. The camera is cool too. It's fantastic. So, how has everyone been since our last live? Our last live, we broke the news that we got 100 subscribers, kind of, because then the next day, or no, not the next day. I think the very same day, when I went back to check on our subscriber count, I think I think we noticed on Thursday, and then the next day when I went to check again, it said we had 99 subscribers. After I had posted the we got the 100 on IG, and then I was like, oh, just kidding, no, you don't. Now you went back to 99, so that's why we got to 100. But then we're like, oh, just kidding. But now, since then, it's Toby's head popping up right there. Is back. But now we've gotten up to, hey, what's up? But now we've gotten up to 126 subscribers. That's crazy. That's crazy, right, puppy? That's insane. I can't believe that we have gotten up to 126. I can't believe we, first of all, broke the 100, the 100 mark. I can't believe we got to 25 and then 50. I don't know. Every even one subscriber to me, it's amazing. You crew, you all have been so awesome. Thank you, every single one of you, for subscribing. That's insane. All 126, all of you are all awesome. But let's not take away from all of those that are also viewing, whether if it's 1 second or the whole entire, or even those that are not subscribed. They're like, I don't want to subscribe, but I will. Puppy is pushing on the computer. I don't want to subscribe, but I'll keep watching your videos, even if you're watching for just like 2 minutes, But even if you're consistently watching 2 minutes, that's all good too. That does not give away from what you're doing to our channel, and that is just telling us, hey, even 2 minutes of you, I like. Even if you're watching for 30 seconds, a lot of YouTubers will say, don't do that because if you do that, I guess it'll kind of throw off the algorithm. If you only watch a video for like a couple seconds, 30 seconds, and then you back out of it, it's kind of telling YouTube that you didn't like that. But I mean, I don't care. Crew, I'll take any view. If you could only take five 5 seconds of me, I'll take that. I don't. It's okay. Sometimes you can only deal with people in small doses. Maybe I'm that type of person where you can only deal me with. You can only deal with me for a small dose. I hope not. I think I'm pretty dope. I'm pretty chill. Not in any like not humble way. I'm the most humble person ever. Right? But no, for real. Just thank you if you are just watching for a few seconds or all of them. If you're not subscribed but you're watching the videos, you're still awesome. If you happen to come on here by chance, thank you so much. You're still awesome. We appreciate every single one. But yeah, how has everyone been since then? We have had some crazy adventures, haven't you seen? We went to Vegas a couple times. A couple times we went to Vegas. Like that was nuts. We went twice with Jason. We did the wedding thing. The reason why Kat was not able to go to the wedding is because she got the 19. It was very it was very heartbreaking because she had her hopes up. We all had our hopes up for her to go. My brother and Al Bundy were very excited for her to go, and not only that, but also just the whole entire crew. And she got sick. It was only Yace and I that were able to go, and that was a bummer. Um, it was still fun, you know. It was still his wedding, and that was awesome. And then just hanging out with him the weekend before, we were supposed to go uh, that first weekend. What we were supposed to do was go check out Red Rock, the whole area. So I was gonna get drone shots of them, um, like kind of dressed up in their wedding stuff the day before the wedding. That's what I was gonna do. But we were gonna go scout to make sure, first of all, can I drone? And I couldn't find anywhere specific that said that I could. So then that's why Kat just said, just go find out if you can. If you can, that's even better. If you can't, then at least now we know for sure. So that's what we did, and that's what I thought was what was known, I guess. So then when we were gonna go to the wedding, my brother and our buddy were like, "Yeah, we'll do a hike thing," and I was like, "No, we're not doing a hike. I thought we were going over there for pictures." Um, and then they kept saying hike. I'm like, "No, I don't. I want to go on a hike. I want to go on a hike, but I'm not going over there for a hike. Like, not for your wedding thing. It's wedding pictures." So we ended up not even doing that, but that was okay. At least we were able to hang out with my brother and our buddy, and also I was able to hang out with. Hey, what's up, Rex? But it was still cool because we were able to hang out with Albany, my brother, because those were the last moments that they were going to be there, and it did mean a lot. It did mean a lot to be able to hang out with him after. It's been a while that we have not hung out with him. The last time I hung out with my brother, if I remember right, up until well, no, 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 there was other. I'm lying, because there was other times like when we went down there and we saw him. But I mean, were we actually? I guess because those other times when we've gone down there, it was only we're hanging out for a couple hours. Like for the comedy thing, I went down there for those few hours, came back up. I think those for Kimmel's graduation thing, it was just for again a couple hours, and came back up. Actually hanging out with him, it's been a long time. Also without Bundy, so it was cool. It was cool to do that. And then we went to Colorado. That was a crazy surprise. I had no clue whatsoever in any way. Like if you don't believe me, I'm not exaggerating. I did not know where we were going up until we were in the air the first time leaving here from Fresno when they said we're going to Salt Lake City. That's when I heard that we're going to Salt Lake City. But then I still did not know we were going to Colorado. At no point did I know. And Kat thought a few times like, "Oh, well, now you know." And I kept telling her, "No, I have no idea where we're going." Not until we landed that last moment. Um, I heard the lady, she was about to say her spiel thing about boo 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 boo, and I figured she's gonna say where we landed. So then I had the earphones and but don't stop believe. I have it in there. I'm singing it, and then I'm looking at Kat, and then she goes, "Yeah, you're good," because she heard her say, "You're here," and then I took them off, and then she continued to, oh, boo, 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 boo. And once again, and I heard once again, I go, oh, well, I'm going to Colorado Springs. I was like, well, that's where we are. Again, not that it was like any secret. Like I could have known the day before, I could have known the morning when we left. Um, Kat just wanted to surprise me with just the whole trip of not knowing, maybe, but she didn't think I could keep up with not knowing for so long. And I didn't. I did know that whole, for the most part, the whole day, you know? And then also, I didn't know what we were doing that whole entire time. It was all Cat. Cat's the one that found these awesome places to go. Um, Garden of the Gods, that was insane. Also, the North Pole place. I wish. Oh my gosh, I wish we definitely have to go back to Colorado Springs. I know I said this live was supposed to be talking about the Star Wars hotel, but um, we just did so much since our last live crew. That's why there hasn't been a time that I'm able to speak to you just like freely uncut, just let's chat it up. So that's why I gotta tell you, if you haven't been watching, if you've been watching, you're like, oh yeah. But maybe if you've watched them, then you can be like, oh, that's right, I do remember that one. Oh, that was a good time. You're right. But yeah, Colorado Springs, going up to the North Pole, that was insane. I wish we had so much more time there at that little amusement park or theme park. It was a theme park. Such a cool place. I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know what to expect. I thought when we walked in, it was just going to be that little first area. I thought maybe a couple little rides, and I felt like it kept going. Like whoa, more! Oh my gosh, there's more. Really awesome. And the cliff dwellings. Oh my gosh. So I just saw a video of a YouTuber. His name is Dave K, and he went to, or he's in Arizona right now. I'm not sure if he's still in Arizona with his timeline, but when he just posted recently that he was in Arizona. I think he's doing some, calling his adventure series like some amazing race type thing. But he saw something like cliff dwellings, and the cliff, and the cliff dwellings were where were they? They were like on the other side of like a canyon type thing. I think to a point you can kind of get close, but on some of them it was just like on the other side of the canyon. That's what I was expecting when we saw these cliff dwellings, but we were able to get right up in there. We were touching history. That's the one thing that I'm always blown away, to touch history. You know, to see, to gaze, to look upon the things that these people have looked upon. How many generations of people have seen what I'm looking at? That's why also with the sequoias, I get so amazed. Even with the at Big Stump, I think that the famous Big Stump, Roosevelt went there and saw that stump. He himself gazed upon that stump, and then here I am now present day looking at the same stump. It's still there. It's the same thing with buildings, old school buildings, ruins type places, excuse me, or just even current buildings. There's places all over the world that have old buildings that are still being used, like Philadelphia. That's not as old as some of these other countries that have stuff, but Philadelphia, those places like that, where you could touch these old buildings, old Capitol buildings, history like that. I love being able to touch, and then also just seeing, even seeing stuff like Yosemite Valley. you know I look at Yosemite Valley and I always am amazed at how much has changed and what looks pretty much exactly like what people saw 100 years ago. you know 100 years ago, are they looking at pretty much the same exact thing that I saw? And it's, to me, that stuff is wild. I think so. But yeah, we did the cliff dwellings. And then we went up to Pikes Peak. That was insane. I have never experienced altitude. Uh, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it was altitude sickness, right? Because I didn't feel like it wasn't like a sick thing. I just felt well, it just, I don't know. I felt really lightheaded. I did, and I also felt I was going a little, like my ears were a little muffled. There was a point when we were eating the grilled cheese. If you go back and check out, I think it's our checkout day, right? Might have broken that day up into two parts, actually. The first part to our checkout day in Colorado Springs, and it was, we're up eating the grilled cheese, and Kat is talking to me, and she and she says, um, "¿Qué me dijo?" Oh, she said, "Am I yelling?" I said, "No, no, no, you're not yelling," because it kind of felt like you're like this. She was also feeling um, lightheaded, and then she said she was seeing thoughts. That's not really that good if you're seeing that, but I don't know. I figured like altitude sickness, right? Would just be like I can't move, my head is hurting like insane. Um, I guess that. So that's why I guess I did. We did. experience it, but I technically don't think I did just because it wasn't the headache and all that. But it was pretty crazy. It was crazy to experience that because I've never experienced that before. We've gone up to like 9,000 feet. Um, Pikes Peak is 10,194 feet, if I remember, or 10,134 feet, somewhere between there. I know that's not too much of a broad number, but one of those, if I remember right. Um, and so it's only like 1,000 more feet of what we've experienced, and going up to where we've gone a few times. I've never felt that before, so that was crazy to me. I don't know. I was thinking like, is it because it was so fast? Because we were on the Cog Railway. We went up on the Cog Railway, and it takes about an hour to get from. Geez, I'd say. Nah, I don't even know. Let's say maybe we were at like 6,000 feet. Um, so or 5,000. I don't even know. But maybe it was the speed of getting up. But also when we start hiking already about sometimes 7,000 feet. So we're only going up 2,000 feet when we get up to 9,000. Um, and it takes about little 3 hours. Well, I guess that is a big difference from an hour to 3 hours. So crazy. I don't know. It was crazy to experience that. I was like, this is nuts. Um, it was also weird. It was weird because I remember being up there and I just was thinking I want to get this shot. I didn't get as much anything close of what I wanted to get when we were at the top, but I remember just kind of going through my head like, don't forget that, don't forget that, don't forget that, and just feeling like kind of cloudy. I don't know. It was weird. It was very weird being up there. But yeah, so we did Colorado Springs, we did Vegas a couple of times, then we did Universal Studios. That was insane. What a crazy adventure. For Candace and Tim's birthday, we went to Universal Studios. That was wild. Um, I'm still, I'm still upset that I can't believe I have it. The footage shows up it's right here. It's on this dang thing right here. It shows up that, even the thumbnail thing, whatever, of the footage shows up that it's there, but then when I try to play it, it just doesn't play. That's the part that sucks. And it's Candace. She was the one picked for her wand. She, the wand picked her. We all got into the room, and then they looked at us and said, "Hey, you." And it was Candace. And it was like, whoa, what the heck? It was awesome. The whole show thing, I recorded the whole entire thing, all of it. And I thought this is the perfect show, or this is the perfect where I was standing at was perfect, that it was Candace was perfect. I was like, this is perfect to like showcase the whole thing, what's happening. I can add it into the video of the day, and then I can also do just a video of the show. That didn't happen. I was so bummed. I'll show you my wand though. This is my Death Eater. This is a interactive one. Yeah, this is very cool. I really, really like it. Very nice. And then Jason got that one. It's the same, but it's bigger than this one, and it's brown. But we got that. I know, I know. We're not talking about the Star Wars Hotel. I know, but like I said, there's just been so much happening. And then we also unboxed this right here. We unboxed this. I scared puppy. Sorry, pup. Darth Vader's lightsaber. This is the of all this right here that I have. I mean, not like kind of like the drone gimbal stuff, computer, because that stuff is boom, But other than that, this right here. Oh yeah, we unboxed that, and just recently we unboxed the phone, the new phone. Very nice. And then we also did some sledding. Sledding, lots of actually, we did a couple adventures of sledding and trying to hike in the snow. That was very fun. I say very fun, but then when you see the bloopers, you can hear everyone else. Also myself going, beep. But it was fun though. It was fun. But that's what we've been doing, right? I think. Oh, and zoo construction. Oh my gosh, the zoo construction this past episode was, I think, one of the best ones. Jason had a fantastic, great idea to put in very old, put in old footage, compare it. I'm not good, or I don't even know if I could do it on iMovie. I'm not too sure if I could do the side by side playing at the same time. I wish I could have done that. That's what Jason said. He's like, do the side by side. And I told him, I don't know if I could do that because I'm not dope like that. Oh, puppy's pushing the computer. I was like, I don't know if I'm that dope to do that, but I'll try to. I'm pretty sure not. I'm pretty sure. I know I had old footage. I just didn't know if I had a good shot. I didn't know if I had the foresight. So you're gonna see my CVS tag. I didn't know if when I did the first episode or the first few episodes, if I had the foresight to get a shot of how it looked, then. Good thing I didn't think I really thought of it. I just got it in like kind of passing, right? So that's why I was able to insert that footage, old, and then back to new, old, and then even concept art. So I was like, dude, good job, Yasung. That was a great idea. Um, but the construction update, this past one was awesome. I think this is the most that we've seen any sort of improvement or progress, is what I should say. That was the first time that, not that we haven't before, it's just like this much progress, right? Those new tree things on, those new poles, pits, tree. I already said trees. Roof. So it was very cool to see that. So yeah, we did also that zoo construction updates. We're on our eighth episode of the zoo construction. So that's pretty crazy. I think we started in September of last year. That's insane, isn't that? Um, 8 episodes. Wow. We've also we've also tried to make the channel a bit more navigatable. Did I say that right? No, I didn't. uh, just like with our playlist. I mean, I didn't add in the playlist to our last episode of the zoo, and that was something that Kat brought up today too. She said, "Do you have the things in the playlist?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, I had things in the playlist before, but just I think a couple days ago, 3 days ago, is when I think I added like 4 other playlists to our channel. So if you want to check those out, well, we have the Colorado. I think that those are the ones. I think I finished those, where I put all the Colorado adventures together, um, all of the Vegas adventures, and then I got theme park days together. I got like Disneyland Adventure, all those together. I got Universal Studios all together. And then I think I got a playlist of both adventures together. So if you just want to go from straight Disneyland to Universal, see our days like that. And then I also have ride POVs in a playlist. And I think I got something else. I was going to put like the hikes. I was going to all the hikes that we have gone on, put them in a playlist. I felt like, is that too many playlists to put on the channel? But then I thought, no, because if you just want to see those, like let's say you just have an interest in hiking. You don't care about our theme parks. You don't care about um unboxings. You're like, yeah, I don't watch that stuff. I can care less. I just want to see hiking. So at least then, like, well, cool. You could check this out right here, and that'll only give you our hiking stuff. Um, so yeah, our crew is coming up with some awesome ideas, and then also the thumbnails. Oh my gosh, Kat has been killing it with the thumbnails nonstop. Everyone that she sends, I'm just like, what? It just I really love all the thumbnails. So yeah, our crew has been killing it with the ideas, with oh sorry again, with just things to do. Also, you know, there's been times when they're like, "Hey, let's check out this," and like, "All right, cool, yeah, heck yeah." Um, I think one of the best sound bites I get from is Candace. She's my favorite. Like I just want to have like we should have Candace. That's what we should do next time. A whole adventure where I'll record the adventure. We'll just go on an adventure itself. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think that's what we should do. So I'll go on an adventure, um, just and I'll record what we do, and then I'll make sure I have Candace mic'd up, and then we'll cut to Candace here and there with her mic stuff. But then we'll just have a specific video where it's just Candace mic'd up. It'll be like, NFL, in the NFL when they do the mic'd up. So it'll just be Candace mic'd up, and then we'll put like a GoPro on her right there. So then that'd be dope. Oh, and then I'm telling you, and then Lily had also another awesome idea. I'm just a little. I just we got to make sure we're not showing too much of the school because it's what I don't want to do. But she was like, "What if you do like a day of my day, oh, my day versus your day, right?" So then like she's at school showing clips of like what she's doing, like blah, blah, and then me over here. I was like, "That's a good one too." Like what if she's in class? In class, all the hecticness, boo, 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 and then it cuts to me. Sometimes I'll stand outside in the front yard and and I'll stare at my trees and see how much they're growing. I'll just stare at like the buds of the tree because we got this tree out there, and I'll just stare at like the buds. Even the I think it's a plum tree that we got the flower. I'll just stare at them. It'll go at a clip with her with like a class going, and then me just looking back at the tree. You know, but yeah. See, great ideas, fantastic. I love it, man. It's insane. I've just been so um not well. I have been excited, but just very been like, man, that's so awesome of just how our channel has grown with not just views, not just subscribers, but also um just the look, right? I don't know. I feel like we've grown up in almost 2 years. We've almost been doing this for 2 years, and we're coming up on our 200th episode. So I'm not really counting this right here, this live, as like a full on episode. But I mean, unless maybe I'm not sure if this will count as, do lives count for an episode on your channel? Because then if lives do, then I guess this live, hey, beep, boop, 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 beep, 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 200th episode right here. We're doing it. But if lives are not counted, then this is not 200th yet. So then our next one would be 200. But yeah, we're almost 2 years and we're coming up on 200 episodes. That's insane. That's insane. I've been talking for almost 35 minutes. All right. And I still have not gone up to the Star Wars hotel. Um, but let's do it. Let's talk about the Star Wars hotel. I know. So Disney would say, don't call it a hotel. It's not a hotel. It is a cruise. It is a space cruise. It's a spaceship. And I get it. So when I was going into this whole seeing this Star Wars thing, I'm pretty sure I made it clear on a bunch of live Fridays and also my dang tag and also a bunch of other adventures that I was very excited for the Star Wars hotel. From what I saw on the concept, I had some pictures right here pulled up of what they initially showed for the hotel and why one reason everyone when they first saw it was like, whoa, that's pretty nuts. um there's a few of them. There's, I'll show you right now, but yeah, I was excited because those were pictures that I went off on, right? And I understood to a point. You got to remember, this is concept art, right? Certain things are not going to be there. I didn't really expect for them to have any holographic nothing like the Sabat cards that they showed in the. Let me see if I could find. I can't really. This is one picture. Eh, yeah, that won't really look good, right? But back here, it's that blue screen. It's not just there. That blue screen is just like still in the middle of the room, kind of. There's still a window of space right there. Um, First of all, the first videos I saw this morning at 6 a.m. Was Ordinary Adventure. Peter and Kitra, their video of their day. And I there wasn't even their full day. That's the first video I saw. After seeing them, um, JoJo's World came up. I saw that one. It was really interesting to see because JoJo and Kitra and Peter were on the same cruise at the same time. So it was crazy to see what was happening to them and then what was happening to JoJo. And then also, oh, and this is how we bing them. I saw, hey, what's up? So it's Jason. He has coming over here to charge the thing, maybe. So I saw that this is how we bing them video. And also, there was certain things on the Bingham's video, they didn't really go in depth of like all the storyline type of thing. They just kind of did a everybody needs a montage. They only had like kind of a bunch of montages of like, oh, doing this, bing, bing, with doing this, doing that. So they didn't really get in depth as like what Peter Kitra did, or what Super Enthused did, or excuse me, or what JoJo did, or what maybe like Tim Tracker would do. I saw Tim Tracker's video too. The reason why I didn't say him first because he didn't do the full stay. He did the 1 day experience. The 1 day experience is not going to be available for anyone to book at all. You want to join in or no? You just have to move this over and then bring a chair. Jason was not with us for right now. He was in the virtual world playing on the Oculus. Hold on, you can hold up. Talk to them.
Okay.
Jason will talk to you, crew. I'm grabbing him a chair.
Hello, I'm all red because I was playing the Oculus. I was playing Gorilla Tag. So, yeah, I was playing Gorilla Tag. That's why I look all red. Puppy. Now he's getting me a chair.
I got it.
Thank you, sir.
I'll tell you to stay in that one, but okay.
Oh, well, I mean, I usually sit here, so I thought you wanted me to.
That's true, but it's okay. Okay, so yeah, so they will not have a 1 day experience ever. The only reason why they had this 1 day experience type thing, where you experience the whole story pretty much in a crash course, was only for media. That's all it was. Vomred, yeah, what's up? That was the only reason why some of these, like, it's crazy because Super Enthused stayed for the full 3 days. It's 2 days accumulatively in hours. It's 2 days, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday go in. I think Friday at 1 p.m. and then maybe like 11 a.m. on Sunday you check out. So I think she did the 1 day and then the 3 day experience. Peter and Kitra did the full 3 days, and then they're going back, I think, this coming weekend or something to do it again. Tim will go back to do the full thing, but he did first the 1 day. But JoJo also did the 1 day and full. Does that make sense? It's a lot of 1 day, 2 day. But yes, the 1 day thing is only going to be this one time, and that's it for media. Um, but yeah, the it going into it, there was a bunch of time. There was we were very excited for it all the time with all the concept art coming out. We're like, man, that looks crazy. Um, and then there were certain things that started to come out where I was like, oh, I don't know. One of the major parts was that trailer. Not so much um the welcome trailer, because it was that welcoming with the blue girl or purple girl, whatever she was.
Yeah.
Um Not so much when I saw that, but that was very cheaply done. They used an
Simple green screen.
it was a it was an obvious green screen. In no way did they use any part of what they already had built to have her stand there and then record
They
that.
could have used like, unless they had it built, they could have like used the bridge or something.
Yeah, the bridge, or even part, if they only had a little bit part of the atrium built, like whatever. All right, fine. Have her
Or
stand there
you
somewhere.
could have had her stand like in the room where like the windows behind her.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See,
Won't look
like,
as cheap.
yeah, it won't look as cheap as like a complete superimposed green screen. And even like, let's be real, the costume looked a little cheaply done. Uh, the acting didn't really bother me so much. I already knew. I know how Disney is. There's a lot of that cheesiness, a lot of that cheesy acting. You know, like oh you oh you know, type of thing. Like I can get past that. The acting never bothered me. It was just um, that cheap. Like why are you why would you do that? Like you have the thing pretty much already built. Whatever part of the ship that you had, even if it was like, well, we don't have it fully built, just use whatever part you do have and record in front of that. You know, record in front of the artificial garden thing that they had. You know, that's fine. I spit right there. Sorry. That's fine though.
Did you tell them about your thoughts on the pool?
Not yet, not yet. I haven't gotten there. I've gotten to the part where when things started to come out, why we were like, "Whoa, I don't know." And then we saw the trailer with the dude and the girl,
Mhm.
and the hallway part that they showed
It-
was the elevator part. And I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, that is not Star Wars. That is not Star Wars at all." Um, the whole point of this thing was to make you feel like you're in a spaceship. Okay, that hallway that they showed at the it still doesn't to me. I see that and it still doesn't look like Star Wars to me. Um, I saw it in the videos now, and that's one of those parts where I'm like, this looks like I'm in a building. I'm in a hotel building. Um,
it looks like the budget. It looks so plastic. It looks like the budget was 3 cents.
yeah, sometimes just like in some of these things, it does look like it's cheap plastic done. When I saw the rooms, I was fine with the size. When you're in a spaceship, I get a spaceship. No matter how big the spaceship is, there's sometimes still small quarters. You know, they still sleep in small little cubby areas. So the size of the room, I'm fine with. That's not really a problem. I did the window part. That's okay, I guess. Like the window is the window looked cool. I'm not gonna lie. I do like how you can close it, open it. But the room, the size of it, the bunks, how big they look when everyone's like, "Oh, they're tiny." I was like, "No, you're not seeing the other part of the room inside of the bunk bed because the bunk bed has a border, so you're not seeing the full size of the bunk bed." So I knew the bed was gonna be fine. The whole room was gonna be all right.
They even have a wall bed.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. You pull down on the little thing. It's a little bed though, but and there's a table that pulls out of the wall, which is really cool. Um, but not I it but the room doesn't look Star Wars. So it's a cool room. The room looks like it would be like in a space odyssey,
Star Trek.
Star Trek, Space Odyssey. And that was one thing I kept hearing everyone compared to. They're like, oh wow, even the people that were excited for it, they even said, oh wow, it's like Star Trek, it's like Fifth Element, like, but it's not Star Wars. That's the problem. I still don't think the room looks like Star Wars. The room looks cool. It does, but it doesn't look Star Wars. I do know what this Halcyon ship. This is not a new ship that like all of a sudden popped out of nowhere. This is an old ship that has been in Star Wars. I think you've been able to see it a few times, either I think in games, also or something. But I don't think you've ever seen like the inside of it. There's some ships that you've seen what something like that might look like because some of these, um, dang, I forgot what they're called. Is it Carillion? They're they're nice, sleek looking ships. You know, it's not so much that it's just the rooms look like a padded room. You know, like I'm in a crazy room. You know, it's a padded. I spit again on Toby. But that's what it looks like.
Like it was
And
insane asylum.
yeah, and then the colors, honestly, the I don't really see it those colors. And as much as they're like, well, but it's red is, first order type stuff. But honestly, like Naboo, they used red in things, like it's not like red is off limit color. I think if maybe it was a red, yeah, I think if it was like a red type, trimming or this and that, it would look a bit better than orange. Um, so yeah, so when that stuff came out, oh, and then they showed a clip of the singer. That part really didn't bother me. That part I was like, all right, that looks fine. I had more of a problem with the dining room, not her. I did want. I haven't really heard too much of the music on the ship, but I wanted more of in Solo, that music that they play when you're in, is it not Canto Bite because that's on episode I think 8.
Yeah.
But in Han Solo when they go to that,
the guy is like huge palace. Well,
yeah,
not really
yeah,
palace, but this huge stick thing.
yeah, and then the girl, she has like some mic thing like
Mhm.
infused in her.
Yeah.
So like I was expecting kind of music like that. Look, he's putting his ears up. I talk to the dogs like that, just in case you don't know. Because I figure like the dogs, it doesn't matter what I'm saying. I could be telling them something, but to them, they're just hearing chapa kapuki chibi. So that's why I'll be a chupa chibi, a chupa kupachi. That's why he's looking at me like, shut up. I'm not in trouble. I know you're not. I know you're not. Um, but stuff like that is what I thought. The music isn't bad. It's not bad. I like the music that they had. I just thought they would also like incorporate that. I did like, so there's a character on the ship who's a musician for the band, or I think he gets recruited on the ship as you're there. As hold on, don't move your eye. Close this one. Yeah, eyelash.
Oh.
Maybe he got recruited as he's on the ship there to like be on the band or something. But he on Kitcher and Peter's video, it looked like he's a fan and he's in love with Gaia, the singer girl.
Mhm.
So then he was singing a song that he made up, and it was just like Gaia, Gaia, Gaia. Everyone singing with me, Gaia, Gaia. But then he started singing the whatever it says. I don't know. But like he's saying that, I was like, yeah, cool, dude. Yes. That's awesome. Because that's one of the songs that Rex plays in Oga's. So then, so seeing that, I was like, yes, I hope there's more of Star Wars music, even if I don't know the words. I don't care.
Why don't they have one of those? So in Solo, they had one of those little guys in the jar.
Oh yeah, that's
Why
right.
didn't they have one of those or
Yeah.
one of the from episode 3? I know, not 4.
Episode. Oh, and wait, the which
New
one?
Hope. A New Hope. Wait, dang it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. That's true. So hold on. Sorry, we're jumping ahead. But so I was just the setting of the place was one thing when everything came out where I was like, dang, I don't know. But it gave Fifth Element feel and look, not Star Wars.
Look polished.
Yeah,
Too polished.
yeah. Uh, and then they showed the transport from the ship to Batu, and they're just like they're freezer trucks, pretty much is all they are. Which was like fine, that's cool. It doesn't matter what it kind of looks like outside. It, just make it look dope inside. That's all that matters. Just make it look dope inside. Because I guess as a passenger, you'll never see the outside part, right? You will only see the inside, which is fine. All cool. But I'd figured Disney would kind of maybe want to like theme something up a bit more, even just on the truck, put Hollywood Studio, or Star Cruiser, like something rather than just white plain truck. And Universal kind of gave them a little to Disney because Universal released on Twitter, I believe, they put out a Universal truck and it was a white freezer truck and it said Universal and then it said, "Who wants to go to Universal?" And I was like, "Oh man, like that good one, Universal, good one." Um, my so yeah, so then we saw that and I was just like, that's not looking good. And then they showed the bridge uh of the ship, where you go at light speed and all that, and that it still now does not look Star Wars. It looks old monitors. It looks very plastic trimming,
That part,
plastic one piece.
you know that scientific part in Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. Wait, is that what the ride's called? It looked like when the science part.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, like 60s.
Yeah.
Like 60s. What is
And
it? The
with
Carousel Progress.
Yeah, carousel problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looked like. Like or are you talking about Spaceship Earth?
No, carousel problem.
Carousel Progress, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like 60s old space. Not even that looks Star Wars. It just looks like it's 60s. Like I said, audit like that Odyssey space type thing, Like look, the buttons, the same thing. Don't really look too much.
I mean, you could make it look fancy without making it look plastic.
Yeah. So Disney, they they made dang. I had this pretty good.
In your head.
Yeah. They made they theme okay. I think what I was saying was they themed the place like a cruise, but they made it feel like a hotel. And what I mean by that is, even after seeing all the stuff, um, we'll get into first the negatives of it, okay? Before because there's a lot of positives of the hotel. Surprisingly, there's a lot of positives of the hotel. But first, the negatives was when you're on a cruise. What's the one thing when you're on a cruise that you're on a cruise?
Water, you could see it everywhere.
You're on a ship. You're on a cruise. Water's everywhere. It's in your face, right? You know that you're on a ship. Sometimes you might forget, right? Not that we know. We've never been on a cruise. Videos that we've seen, you can only assume that when you're on the ship, you forget, like, oh, yeah, that's right. I can't, like, we're doing this. And I completely forgot we're doing this on a boat. Like, this is insane. But it's always pretty close for you to just look outside and you're like, there it is. There's the ocean. Right there. We're in the middle of nowhere.
But in the Star Cruiser,
And this, yep.
you forget it in a bad way.
Yeah, there's no the only windows that there are on the ship are at the top level and they look like, I guess compared to the pretty big slits of window, right? When you're standing next to them, if you're standing next to them, but because they're up there, you only see you going through space up there the whole time. There's no port windows. That's what I thought there would be. I thought there was going to be 3 or 4 port windows on each side in the atrium, right? So then I figured then what they're also going to do, right, is you should be able to see these people constantly docking, right? They're coming in. So on screen, you should also be able to see them coming up to dock. People should get off. It undocks the next people. So you should be able to be constantly seeing that if you want to stand there at the window to see that. I thought there would be portholes. There's only those things up there, and it looks like guests cannot even walk up on the second floor. So you're only stuck on the first floor of that atrium area, and then you can see there's a big window of like the front of the ship where it goes to light speed when they do the main light speed. Like, here we go, everyone. Uh, but that's the only window. That's the main one, and then just those like two on each side windows. So you being in space is not so much in your face. What's in your face is just the theming, I guess, of what they have. What they want you to do is based off the theming they have, just think you're in space. Forget about like, don't worry about there's no windows. They, mind you, they just made a restaurant with ginormous windows that makes it look like you're in space. They just made a restaurant that when you go up to the restaurant in space, you're looking at the ground and
And
it's like
see.
screen
Mm.
and you see yourself lift off. You see it, right? You kind of feel it. Whoa, I'm going. And then when you're there in the restaurant in space, they're giant screens of space. So that's why I expected the Star Wars cruise, the space part is kind of going to be in your face because they want you to feel like, hey, you're in space. And there's none of that other than the window in your room, which is smaller than this. Maybe it's the same width as that. And then maybe up to right there is about the window. That's all you get is space. And then if you
in that
were
one window in the atrium.
oh, and then that window in the bridge, there's that one area which it seems like there's always activities going on in that bridge. So at what point can you go in there to explore? At what point in the ship before like once the story gets going, because it's a story that starts happening. Everyone gets their own story. That's another confusing thing. Like, what if I want to be first order? Well, what if he wants to be scoundrel? He'll get different things. That here's another thing. You're gonna have to have a phone. You have to. If not, you're kind of gonna be lost in what's happening because you're constantly getting messages on your thing. Hey, go tell this person that. Hey, go tell this person that. I'll get a message to, and it'll direct me to the engineering room. He might get a message that sends him to the bridge. So, like, all right, bye. We might get Noah that gets something for the resistance to go over here. So then all of a sudden, our whole group now is just gone. So that's one thing where it's like cool, but I want for I want to experience things together. Like, uh, I guess the only way you could do that is if everyone we specifically pick the same thing. Hey, we're all gonna pick this one. All right, do it. All right, we're all gonna pick this one, so we get the same exact thing. I guess. Um, Other than that, like you're gonna be going off somewhere, and I guess maybe that's the part where they're like, yeah, like that's what makes it cool. But when you're going on like a family vacation type thing, like you don't want to experience things on your own. Like at some
That's
points,
the
maybe
point.
sometimes, but when you go on family vacation, yeah,
That's the point. It's
family vacation.
family.
So like, well, but I want to experience that. Um, but it does. I like the concept of it, but yeah, the space thing is not in your face. There's no pool in the ship. And for some people it might be like, well, it's space, of course no pool. But it's supposed to be like you're on a cruise though. So where's the pool? On a cruise you can go into a pool. There's no pool. Uh and then to say like they you could put again space portholes, 3 or 4 in the room to make it look like you're in space. You're in the pool. How cool would it be to make it feel like I'm in space and I'm in a pool? This is crazy. Yes, you do have to make believe, right? You have to play along with what's happening, But still, either way, with everything, with space constantly being in your face, you start to believe I'm in space.
And what they even did, like the artificial garden.
Yeah.
If it's rainy on Batu, it'll simulate rain. If it's sunny and warm, it'll simulate sunny and warm. They could have just done that with the pool.
Yeah. So they got exactly. So that's why I didn't get that either. Like, what? So they have a room, a simulation room that simulates the environment of Batu constantly. So you're in Florida, obviously, right? So all it's doing is just giving you a window to the weather that's happening at the moment. So obviously, if it's raining in Batu, it's raining. So they just have an open window. I don't think it's open air because that would make sense if they have an open air type of like to let air in because there's a lot of helicopters and airplanes flying through and around Orlando and um, Disney World. So I'm gonna hear airplanes. I'm gonna hear helicopters, right? So I don't think that that artificial room thing area is open air. I think it's just a glass, right? But that would be another thing, right? You'd have to make sure that's where I feel kind of kills the theming. If how can you stop my eyes from seeing if a helicopter or airplane flies over? Like, how can you stop me from seeing that if that's all it is? It's just like a skylight. I can still see that. And it didn't look like it's like that foggy look. Some of these skylights they have like a foggy look. It seemed like it was like straight up glass. But either way, they did that, right? It's a simulation room of things. So then obviously you guys can do that. So why didn't you do that for a pool? You guys could have put a big glass thing and then it'll like that's even better. You want for a pool, right? You want like a solarium. You want sun to come in.
Or they could have,
So then it'd be perfect to like
or like it could have simulated, like, let's say, it wouldn't really work with the plane flying over the top though, but you put screens of Batu like around, and the pool's there.
Well, but you're not
Maybe-
supposed to be in Batu because you're in space. But...
Well, yeah, because it simulates in Batu.
Oh, got it. You're right. Yeah, simulating Batu.
Or maybe, I don't know, you just put screen glass up there, and if it's raining in Florida, button, it's gonna be, it'll switch the screen to rain.
Yeah, it was just there's for there not to be a pool. And I think the reason why they didn't put a pool was because there's so much happening in the story. Again, when you go on this cruise,
Don't expect to relax.
you're not relaxing, and that's fine. I don't mind that. For myself, for Jason probably, for maybe the dudes to point, they're cool with it, you know. But I don't think the whole crew would be like, yeah, I want to do that because this seems like it's a constant go do this, go do that. If you're not doing, even if you're not doing nothing, that's happening. This is happening. That's happening. That you get an itinerary of what to do. Maybe, yeah. There's like you have to go to the bridge. You have to go lightsaber training. You have to sabak tournament. There's even a time where you have to. I think it's an hour where they show you how to use your phone for the data, the app thing, which is pretty crazy. I don't think I need an hour just for me to like know to push accept.
There's another.
Or maybe it's 30 minutes, but still, I don't think I need that much time.
There's another thing.
Huh?
And there's also, for some reason, you're in the middle of eating.
Oh, yeah. That's what happened to Tim. Yeah.
And it's like, get up, come on, we're going.
Yeah. So
Like,
Tim was eating, and then all of a sudden the lights turned red, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, something's happening!" And as he's eating, he's like, "Oh, like he was still eating. He was in the middle of eating. He's like, "Oh, well, I guess I gotta go because this is happening." And he was like, "Oh, hold on, oh." It was funny, but I was like, "What if that happens? You're eating, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam. All right, you go to the atrium."
Why Why the atrium though?
Well, that's like the main room place.
I mean,
you can't all gather everyone in like staterooms. Everyone would be in the hall. Yeah, what? We can't hear you.
Well, I mean, that's literally where Kylo ends up showing up.
Well, he shows up anywhere.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he could just kind of go Force.
It's a perfect place to gather everyone. That's why. And then even the space. So I haven't seen no video of people going from the spaceship to Batu. None of those videos have came out yet. It's just been the first day type thing. But the transport to Earth up to there, up to the spaceship, is like that. So there's only two windows, and they're again window slits above you. So you're again looking at these windows like this, and you only see that of there's space,
And
right?
you're like super tiny.
Yeah, and it's like seriously like a slit like that big. I'm not kidding. It's like a slit like that that you see, and the slit is up there where you see like, oh,
And there's all
now
these,
we're
like,
going, and you start off, doors closed, and it goes, Choo! You're there, right? And you're like, what? So if you're gonna give me a view of space that small, at least give me something to enjoy, right? Don't just like that. That's another thing. Like that's one of those, just like in Rise, one of the main parts in Rise, where even though it's not the ride itself, one of the big moments in Rise is when you're on the transport and that begins to move. That right there, you're like, what? I can't, like, what the heck is happening? So I would think going into those transports to the hotel, that's one of the main like flagship parts I like. It's happening. And it only happens in like 15 seconds.
Or maybe you could have like a window right there, a little screen here, and maybe a little trailer of like, you will be seeing this.
Yeah.
And it'll be showing you around the hotel.
See? See how easy it is? Even make a little screen of, make the trip longer at least. Like, let me enjoy me going into space. Jeez, even if it's just for 2 minutes, but welcome to the Star Cruiser, the little droid thing or the AI person, welcoming you up to that. But there was none of that. It's just a quick ride. Boom, you're there. Which that was like, oh man. And then the atrium size. That's where I'm like, well, all right. So I don't like how you load into the transport. One thing that we've never been able to do as humans so much is comprehend the size of spaceships. Unless you go to like some of these like Kennedy Space Station or stuff. But being able to experience the size of these ships, no one is able to ever experience. First of all, because it's not real. The Star Wars is not real. But just any type of sizeness like that, the closest thing that we've ever had to seeing something was the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that was the first time where you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is how big this stuff is. So I don't like how when you go in first to launch, it's just a concrete one-story building. You just walk down a concrete hall into a door and you're in the transport. That's it. I thought Kat is FaceTiming me right now. Hello. How's it going? You want to say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone.
She said hi, everyone. Who's alive? Hi. Yeah. All right, all right. I meant hi, everyone on. That's what I meant.
Hello.
Jason. Hi, world.
Right now, I'm sorry.
Hi, world. Say hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
World.
Yeah.
All right.
If you don't know, so the reason why Kat is there, Kat right now is, guess what? She's at the Star Wars Hotel. Actually, no. Yeah.
But
Okay, we're gonna finish right now. We're past the hours. Sorry, crew. Nice. Oh, lush. Bath bombs.
I got a green one and then some like soap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Seafoam green. Oh, nice. Very nice. Cool. Oh, and some chips, crew, and some chips.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Love ya.
Love you too.
Toby wants to say bye.
Toby says bye.
Oh, bye,
Of
Toby.
course, he's right here.
Oh, everybody's on the live there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And Tim. Tim's on the live too. No, Tim just came in. Okay, babe.
All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye. But what up, Tim? How's it going?
What's up?
Tim just got here, everyone. What's going down?
Not much.
Toby, where are you going, Toby? Yeah, so the atrium, so we've never really seen the size of these things. So then to only go into a corridor of brick hallway and then that's it. Hey, come here, puppy. Come here, buddy. He's laying down on the lightsabers. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. Oh, he's Mike Wazowski and Jason. There you go.
You're smaller than me. I'm supposed to be Mike Wazowski and you.
So yeah, so then I thought that going onto the transport, it would be something almost like what you do on Rise, where you kind of see a hangar type thing maybe, and then you walk onto the ship. So then at least you could see the size of the ship. Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
And but there was none of that. There was no, when you get onto the transport up to the ship, there's no, you can't see the size of what you're getting on. There's no Star Wars look. It just looks like a brick hallway.
They could have made it at least like when you're going into Smuggler's Run, there's like that kind of cement and it looks sort of run down a bit.
Well,
You know-
well, because this is like, I get that, because it's like a cruise. They want it to look,
Oh,
pretty
nice.
snazzy and slick.
They
So
could
I
have made
get
it.
that.
Wait, hold on. Why didn't they just make the cruise look like Canto Bite?
I mean, that exactly. That was one thing. No, not Rise of Resistance. We're talking about the Star Wars Hotel, the Galactic Cruiser that just came out. We're just comparing how I thought that going on into the Star Wars Hotel, I thought that the transport part would be a lot better. I was expecting something like Rise of the Resistance, and it wasn't like that at all. The transport ride to the Galactic Cruiser is like 20-30 seconds long, if that. It's like a quick whoosh, and you're there. Doors open up, you're already in the atrium. With Rise, it was more of a takeoff, more of a little explanation type thing. Like Jason said, it would have been cool if they had a screen thing or something saying, "Welcome to the Galactic Star Cruiser. This is what you might be able to be seeing." Oh yeah, I only saw it on YouTube too. That we we didn't experience nothing at all of it in no way. We saw Ordinary Adventures video, JoJo's World, Tim Tracker, Super Enthused. This is how we bing them. Which other one? Kyle Paolo. We've seen those videos so far. Yeah, we have not been to the Star Wars Hotel at all. We're only talking about what we've seen on YouTube. That's all. But from seeing that alone is why I thought it would be more like that. And also, I was saying how I thought space, you being in space itself, would be more in your face. I thought there would be more portholes in the atrium showing, like you can freely walk up to this to the window and just sit there, stare at space if you want. But it doesn't really look like you can do that. Not even on the bridge so much, because there's always going to be someone going through like bridge training or shooting training, or some part of the story is going to be happening. So it doesn't really look like at no point can you just sit there and stare at space other than your room. if I guess you have time, if you're going along with your itinerary, maybe you don't really have. Yeah, the hotel. So right now I'm only kind of going with like the negative parts. There's a lot of positive.
I'm coming back.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
that's supposed to
positive.
look like. Hold on.
So I know right
Sorry.
now. I know right now it looks like I'm bashing on the hotel. No. Even though I did have some reservations where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that in the beginning. It's I'm only going through the negatives right now. There's a lot of positives, and I'm very surprised at how it actually did come out looking. I just wanted space to be more in my face. Like I said, when you go on a cruise, you being on a boat in the ocean. Um, oh heck yeah, dude! Get that dinner. Well, I had to eat right before this. I already had my coffee, but eat, do it to it, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted space to be more in my face, just how being on a cruise would be in my face. I'm in the ocean, but that's it. Not even in the dining room. There's no windows of you being in space. There's no windows at all. So that's where I was like, what the heck?
Is the light on me? Because on the TV it looks like I'm all red.
Maybe you are red. We have it on the TV over here too, just to see what we got.
I look all red, unless that's just me.
No, it's just maybe on the TV. But you're not red. But so there's that, right? The other thing that I'm thinking about is how with the price. I don't mind the price. I mean, the price is a big deal. Don't the price is a big deal. It's not like, oh, the price is no big deal. No, it's if it's going to be expensive, fine. I don't mind that. What
Like make it
I
worth
don't,
it though.
yeah, what I don't like is like make it worth it, but and that's to me, everyone that's subjective, everyone will be like, well, it's worth it to me. Um, but now actually kind of with the videos with so much what's happened, it's kind of like, all right, it is pretty worth it. It's just, I don't know actually, because I think it might be per person. It could be like $1,600 per person for the whole stay. And I'm just thinking like, I think I can get that same for that same price for each person. We can do a full 7-day cruise. Um, and we'll be able. Oh, Toby's getting really comfortable here. He's like stomach up. You can't see, but see, here's one foot. Here's the other. He's stomach up, and he's very comfortable. He's got nuts out right there. Just look at him. Yeah, I just feel like for us, a cruise would be way better. We can get the same price for a 7-day cruise. 8-day cruise. We can get the 7 for the same price with all the stuff
Literally,
added.
that little kid thing with the head.
Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Oh, on the Disney cruise you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
They
that
have a
little
Star
thing
Wars theme.
literally, that looks better.
That's the crazy thing. So check this out. So if you see any videos of their cruise line, their actual cruise line on the ships, their Star Wars themed little section of the cruise ship looks
It's like this little.
what the heck? It looks you're Star Wars. You see it and you're like, that is freaking Star Wars. So they know how to do it. They just didn't
They
do
didn't
it.
do it. Too expensive. Budget cuts.
I think what's hitting hard a lot, and it's crazy. I think so. The numbers of like how good Disney did came out a bit ago, and they were really good. The numbers for the year, they were like above what they were expecting, and I think that Disney is taking that as like, hey man, like we're doing a good job, and I don't think you guys are doing a good job. I said it like if they're saying it. I know, but I don't think it's because they're doing a good job. I think it's just because people love Disney that much that when they come out, like it seems like not well. Okay, so fans and sellers. So if stuff comes out that Disney releases and it gets sold out, and one part is because there's fans that genuinely want it. I would be one of those fans that I would genuinely want to get something because I like it because it's like a limited edition.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. Now there's people that do resell and they buy as many as they can just to resell.
and they like it could be napkins.
Yep. So there's
And
people.
then they're like $50. Like what?
So there's people that are doing that or that's like the thing, right? And I think Disney, the company, is mistaking people just liking Disney, like merchandise, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Disney merchandise has gotten to like another level that people are even more now, like trying to collect it, trying to
Crazy.
buy it. Yeah, they go crazy for it. Like there was a 6 hour line for a Figment popcorn bucket. 6 hours for a popcorn bucket. Like that's why I feel like it's just gotten exaggerated. So it's not that Disney is doing a fantastic job at this and that. It's just that's how much people love Disney. And I feel like that's what Disney's getting things confused is that the numbers just came out showing that their sales are just fantastic. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't mean that you guys are doing things right because when you look on their cruise, they know how to do Star Wars. You look at Batu, and they did a
It
really
looks
freaking good job at Batu.
it looks crazy
The
cool.
problem with Batu is that the promises were not fulfilled. So what's happening in the Star Cruiser is that they had a Guido, the girl, you know, the I don't know her name,
Guido.
but yeah, I said Guido, my bad, Guido. She's
Guido.
not Italian.
Guido.
But one of those alien green person, and the character is wow, amazing. The her face is just it's legit. She looks legit alien.
Looks
The voice,
straight
she's talking to you, you don't know what the heck she's saying.
She's just saying.
McClunky. I don't know. Um, that's one word I know for sure that they say McClunky. But so she speaks in alien. So you just kind of, like Peter said, you kind of got to read between the lines when you're talking with her. Like, hey, you like almost like with Mickey, right? The same thing.
Like with the normal Disney
Yeah,
characters.
no more Disney character type stuff. But it's cool because she's at at some points in their video, she's just hanging out. At one point, she was just in the gift shop, just looking at stuff. Like those type of things were supposed to happen in Galaxy's Edge. That stuff, the just passing by an alien, just living their life in Batu, an alien working. They're behind the counter of selling you this sort of toy or whatever at the Toydarian shop, serving you a Ronto wrap. That's what was promised. That wasn't a thing that was just in concept. Some of the things we did see in concept for Batu, free roaming droids, right? When I first saw that, I was like, I don't think there's going to be free roaming droids. That looks just like concept. But Disney said there was going to be characters living in the land, and that was not fulfilled. They did not do that at all. Other than Vi going around hiding, which as of right now, they haven't even put Vi back in since closing. So Vi is not around. The only ones you could see is
Ray,
Chewie,
Kylo.
sometimes Kylo, because they've
Yeah.
kind of took back Kylo from going out. Stormtroopers for sure, but not even so much going around and guess.
They're
Just far away type thing. And then sometimes maybe the lieutenant now, but they've cut back a lot. So the first day when Galaxy's Edge opened, there was the same thing like they're doing right now at the hotel. That's why I'm hoping this is going to be consistent, right? There's always the story's always going to happen every single time. Awesome, you're back. Hope the dinner was fantastic, or if you're still eating it right now and watching. Hey, and thank you so much for watching right now.
We have 3 likes on the stream.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, 3 likes. Freaking cool. But thanks for coming back because you didn't have to. That's freaking cool. Appreciate that. But yeah, that was promised. Disney said we're going to have aliens living in there, and they did not do that at all. It was supposed to be where you mess up the ship. If you mess up the Millennium Falcon, that reputation of you messing it up is supposed to travel with you along in that land. If you go to Oga's and you got like a bad score or something, you mess it up, possibly you're supposed to come up and be like, dude, what the heck was that? Like, that's bad. You mess up the ship. Or if you had an amazing score, maybe someone comes up and like, hey, can we recruit you to do our things? It was supposed to be a story every day happening in Batu, and it could be a story that just resets the next day and the story restarts again, which is fine.
I mean, it already does that.
Well, people that's what they wanted. Even if the story just restarts the next day.
By the way, speaking of space stuff.
Oh, heck yes. Yes, we are coming back to the haunt, and I'm very excited for the alien this year for the haunted maze at the scare maze that we went to. Remember that we recorded?
No.
That I recorded the scary maze.
Yeah, the scary maze.
This year's gonna be aliens. I'm very excited for that. I don't know if possibility without showing, or I could even like release after. It's just an idea, but maybe record, maybe get a couple days to go record the process of building the maze.
Like first ask that.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I'll ask you guys for sure. If, hey, is it cool if maybe get the whole process of beginning, maybe middle, and then end? That'd be pretty nuts. And then
like zoo construction update, but it's not a zoo. It's scare maze.
Yeah, scare maze, and then final product at the very end. That'd be pretty crazy.
And then you got like special access, got it early or something.
Yeah, cool. Definitely. I'll definitely ask Tina. That would be awesome. I just thought of that'd be pretty cool. But even if yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, we'd really appreciate that. If even just letting us record the one time through the maze, that's cool too. We had an awesome time at the maze. I had an awesome time. He was too scared. He didn't want to go through it.
No.
I was like, come on, man. Yeah, that was a crazy, really cool maze. And just it was a maze that I wanted to go the year before, and I just didn't get a chance. So this last year when it came up, or I think the year before, because 2020, but I think it was the year before. Then I said, when it comes back, I have to. And then when I saw it, yeah, yeah,
I was scared.
It was right when we drove into the parking lot area, and him and Beverly Lily started hearing, he's like, nah, we'll stay out here.
Like 15-year-old dudes too.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy because both days I was able to experience the maze the first time. Like we were the last ones to go through.
But it was
of the night.
You said it wasn't going to be as scary as the Hobbs Grove, but I didn't make a peep during the Hobbs Grove.
Well, I didn't know what to expect. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Was it scarier?
It was good. It was good. It was nuts.
Maybe aliens.
So I'm excited this year. I'm excited this year for the aliens.
Maybe aliens, because aliens especially scare me. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm excited for it though.
I'll try.
Yeah. So, just the story. I would hope, even if the story resets at Batu every day, it's the same story. Yeah, straight up. I bet. But yeah, I'm a little with the story happening. This is not a cruise to go like relax. At no point. This is a cruise. If you go on this adventure, it's ooh, nice. That'd be cool. Just blinded by lights, you don't see nothing coming at you. Yeah, that'd be nuts. That'd be cool. Yeah, but just so I hope what's happening right now in like they're consistent with the story, right? That everyone's not just into the story right now because it's the first time or it's the first couple months. That's where we got to see, right? In 2 years, are they still going to have the same type of enthusiasm, the same everything going on? I hope things are not taken away like they've taken away in Batu. Batu, they only did the story thing for the one day on opening, and that was it. And only for media day. They didn't even do really the story thing on like the first official day of opening. They only had the first day, media day, Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be like old school right there. That'd be cool. Yeah, insane. Um, they said no spoilers, but here's a spoiler. But to do a thing room, that'd be crazy. Yeah, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Um, but I hope this whole story thing is not just for this right now. I hope it continues, and then it sucks that this stuff on the cruise was stuff that was going to be already in the land, but now they took it out of the land and now they're charging for it extra. So that's the thing where it's like, ah, man, like that's a bummer.
Hold on. Okay, you
Hold on.
gotta like stop the talking for not don't hold on to him,
Mhm.
but like you want to know. So you're kind of talking about how Bad 2 didn't keep some of their promises.
Yeah.
At least they kept more of their promises than the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Well, yeah. So that's
Just
the only thing I would say. It's just the character part, characters in the land, and um, I guess because that was a big thing they pushed is your story, your story. You make your own story. Uh, yeah. See, that's the thing exactly. Um, like I said, so on the second go around with Rise, sometimes like the first hype of it is like, yeah, they're into it. But I hope that was also going to be the problem with this land. That was also going to be the problem with the rides. Was it's all cool. I love ride. Rise is my favorite ride by far ever made.
even
Um,
before he went on it.
yeah, even before I went on it, it was my favorite ride. But my thought always was, but it's always going to depend on if the cast members, and the cast members are awesome. I will say that cast members are awesome, but it's going to depend on if the cast members are always going to be into it like they should, right? Sometimes people they're too cool for school, and they'll act like, no, I don't want to like fully act, but that's what I hope. The acting, the acting on the videos I saw with Ordinary Adventures, the Zowie Bingham. Um,
We're probably going to be done with it in about 30
oh yeah, well yeah. Actually, we're way past what we were. No worries, no worries. Even if you're just hanging out for 1 second, we appreciate that. That is so cool. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, man, we actually went way more than I thought we were gonna go. And we didn't talk that much of the Star Wars Hotel actually, because I barely got into like 30 minutes, barely into it, or maybe 45 minutes into it.
Okay, just what's the biggest problem?
No, it's just that. It's just that the fact that space is not in your face. That's the thing. I don't like the size of the atrium. I thought being in a ship, the size of it would be more like grand, right? You're in a spaceship. So I thought at least 3 stories in the atrium, and then let me explore 2 stories of that if you want to keep 1 story to yourself or something. But I guess I understand for what happens in the story, but I think they could have found a better way around that to still tell what is happening. Because there's parts where, as a guest, you can't see how that happened. I get that, but find other ways around it. Because otherwise, it just looks like I'm in a. It looks like I'm just in a motel. I'm in a Star Wars motel. That's boom. That's what it is. It made me feel like I'm in a Star Wars motel because even at a hotel, um, oh yeah, cool. Heck yeah. That would be very awesome. Yeah, we did that last year. Dino said I could record in the maze, which I did, and then he said just post it the next day. And I was like, heck yeah, dude, I can definitely do that for you. And that's what we did. I recorded the one day, and then the day after is when I posted. So yeah, that would be really cool if we can do that. And definitely, uh, we can definitely do that. Hold on to what we recorded and then not release it until you guys say it's cool too. For sure. Heck yeah. Um, but yeah, so that's the I guess that the atrium size. I think those other parts to go around that, but I think that's the only thing. I mean, there's like that hallway part, the room hallway to get to your rooms. I'm okay with that. It looks pretty smallish spaceship. I'm cool with that. Um, it's the elevator hallway part where I'm like, that doesn't look like a spaceship. It does look like um, a motel to me because even hotels here on Earth, right? Because you're here on Earth. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for a bit. Appreciate that. Have fun and be safe. And yeah, we'll see you for sure. Definitely. I'm that just got me super hyped up for
Next year.
yeah, the maze. I'm like super excited for that to come up. Man, thanks. Awesome. Again, be safe. Have fun out there. Um, it just feels like even hotels here are bigger than what that is, right? So that's
My problem with it is that sometimes it straight up looks like a warehouse.
yeah. There's some parts where I well, okay, so I was just saying that, but I was gonna go into like positives right now.
Oh,
Um,
well, sorry.
but no, but we were talking about like what was the problems with it, and it was that right. It was the not so much in space, not so much being able to see the size of the ship. Like that's the thing too. When you're coming into the transport, I can't even see really so much the size of the ship. It's just that little window thing. But the positives. Um, the story of you going in, I love the story. It is again, if they keep up with the story and what happens, I love it. I'm someone I don't like to like, hey, let's sleep in, hey, let's relax this stuff. It's perfect for me, that type of hotel, because this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. I love that. I don't even think I would even go to sleep because I'd still want to be doing something. So for me, it's perfect. I think for Yason, it'd be pretty good too. For the twins, I think they'd be like, all right, but I think to a point they'd be like, all right, relax, dude. I think with Kat, the same thing. And Lily, they'd be like, all right, let's
Chill.
take it easy. All right.
Chill.
Um,
And the problem is that do it.
yeah, and not because I felt like I was skipping, and not because they don't like Star Wars or nothing. It's just I don't know. For sometimes for it's a lot of like you got the engineer, like oh man, like help me, oh this type of stuff. Like he's a pretty nervous type of dude. You got the lieutenant who's very aggressive and like so you have that type of vibe coming at you. Um, and then when the first order arrives, everyone's kind of had like a tension type feel. So that's why it just always feels like, oh man, like something's happening. Peter was saying, I have FOMO right now because as he's experienced something that's happening with him, there's like five, six different other things happening. As he's talking to one character, there's other characters taking or yeah, there's one character with a group of people following him to another area. And he's like, wait, but what's happening over there? But hold on, I still want to know what's happening here. But then you got Gaia's luggage that everyone's crowding around Gaia's luggage. And why are they crowding around her? Something specific with her. You go follow her luggage and they trap in the stormtroopers, but then still something's happening in the atrium. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's a whole story. It's little you're living in a show. That's literally what you did. It's a 2-day show with time accumulated, right? It's a 2-day show that you literally living in. So it's crazy. So that's why I don't. This is not a type of hotel to go relax and chill.
At the end of the day, I think I may need a cup of coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I drink it, but still.
For some people, were like, "Oh, I would like it longer," but then some people are like, "No, I think with that type of like constant, like do this, do that type of play along, I think 3 days, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday is enough. Yeah, cool. But I mean, I can do a whole week of that. I'm not gonna lie. Pretending to like live Star Wars, I could do that for a whole entire for a whole entire week. I know some people will be like, "No, dude, that's too much." Um, but yeah, the story itself of what's happening, it is crazy. When there was a lot of like uncertainty when before all these videos came out of like, man, how is this gonna look?
Oh, especially that one where you see Gaia doing her thing.
So yeah, there was a
And-
leaked video of the dining room. I saw the video and it looked like it was recorded very cheap, like for 380p. Well,
It looked like VHS.
yeah. Okay. So and what it looked like, the dining room area, it looked like it was a Hilton conference room.
Mhm.
That's what it looked like, with some tables and chairs and blue lights. It
Like-
looked like a DJ went in there, put up his lights, and that was it.
You know how like at some like outdoor weddings, imagine like those
Yeah.
fold out tables, but
Yeah.
imagine that less nice somehow and indoors.
Yeah, so when I saw that video, I was like, "Oh man, this is not good at all." But after seeing like these videos, I'm like, "All right, it doesn't look bad like that." The chairs actually look pretty good. The tables look pretty nice. The dining room looks awesome. I just don't like that there's no windows to showcase I'm in space. That's the only part of that.
Especially you could be like sitting right next to the window.
Yeah, you could be, but like on a
Eating.
cruise ship, you could be doing the same thing.
Mhm.
You're literally sitting right next to the window, and it's ocean. So that's what I was kind of hoping for with a little bit. That's what I was hoping for with this. Um, and there's nothing in that. That would be the only thing in that place that I would say change that. But and actually another thing is the characters. So you have the Greedo girl, and then you have it's a fan, and again, I think he got recruited as he's there on the ship. Like, hey, can you join our band? But he initially went on there as I'm just going on as a guest, and I'm just a super fan of her, and I know she's going to be on the ship performing.
Bean boy.
So he followed, yeah, exactly. So he followed her onto the ship because he writes a song called Gaia, 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 and he sings the song for her. But then they ask him, I think, to join the group. So it's him and then the Greedo chick. I just thought that, and then Gaia, the singer. I just thought there would be more. Like Jason said, you couldn't have the one of those guys also, and then
The guy in the jar.
yeah, the guy in the jar would have been an easy thing to do. To put the dude in the jar, and it's a little dude.
You could just
You're not gonna
settle-
make him move for thing. Just make him look like he's singing along. I don't know.
or you could have put him on like one of these Star Wars looking stools and have him just
Or I did think that maybe I did think the stage would look a bit more
Star Wars.
futury and Star Warsy. Other than that, it looks like it's just the plain white like platform area, and there's no like even instruments laid out type thing. There's no. Yeah, I guess the stage does not look like Star Wars at all. Actually, so the dining room doesn't really look like Star Wars. Looks again Space Odyssey. But it does look cool. The food when I did see it, I was like, all right, cool. The food looks very Star Wars. I do like that. The bread looks like it's the bread that Ray puts the water in. That looks like that. There was some purple.
That little
purple gummy.
It looked like it. Okay, imagine.
It looked like from Jewel Breaker, whatever. What's it like?
Yeah.
One of those things, but like in real life.
Yeah, I thought it looked like mochi, but much more shiny.
It was super shiny. It was glittery.
And it looked like it had like a jiggle effect.
Yeah, if you
to
hit it, it'll like more. Yeah, there was that. There was like
There's
the
like a-
vegetable noodle.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
It does. I'm not gonna lie, all the food looked really good. There's a lot of times when
There's
I
the
see
grilled cheese
foods.
thing.
Oh, the grilled cheese looks interesting because it's
It
bread,
looked
but like the cheese is
it looked like
infused
pizza for a
inside.
second.
It looked like pizza with.
Pizza.
It looked like dried pizza, like pizza that was left like at 7-Eleven. Sometimes a pizza, how it looks like cardboardy and it's been hard.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like.
So you know how pizza get those like air bubbles in them?
Mhm.
It looked like piece of bread maybe about the size of my hand with like 4 little
I think.
red bubbles.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's what it looked like. And then, but I guess like inside it was stuffed with cheese.
Yeah.
So, dude, what's up? Yeah, but the food looked good. Sometimes some of these foods, like I think even in Galaxy's Edge, there's some foods where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. Um,
Like
but
what?
all the food, well, like the vegan stuff, I don't do that stuff. The fake meat. Oh, puppy is sorry, crew. The puppy is kicking the computer. The vegan food, like Impossible meat stuff, I don't do that stuff. I'll let them if they want to try it, and then they'll tell you if it's good. I do not eat that. That's disgusting. But from what I saw on the ship, I would actually. Hey, dude, you're gonna knock down my computer, bro. Let me move them. You're good. There you go. See, yours is backlight. But from what I saw on there, from what Tim was eating, everything on there I would eat, and everything that I saw on Peter and Kitcher's plates and what they got, all that stuff I would try and eat.
Oh, and there's that frog tongue looking thing. Like if you got cut off a frog's tongue and then you rolled it up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
didn't get
It was
I didn't get to see what that was.
it was in something else.
Yeah, it looked like chocolate.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. But all the drinks looked really cool. From some pictures before the hotel came out, some of these pictures look like everyone was just drinking blue milk or green milk. That's all it looked. But I guess you couldn't really put that too much in color with the different type, because there's the green milk, but then there's another green drink that's like 2 shades of green, but then there's another like darker green like cocktail type drink. So there's like 3 different green drinks, and there's like 2 or 3 different blue drinks. And then there's some like super glittery. Oh, there's his foot. There's like a super glittery pink drink, I think is what Kitcher got. Like it looks like you're straight up drinking glitter. They call it space dust is what they put in the drink, but it looks like
edible glitter.
It looks like straight up you're drinking it. It's a cup of
Oh,
glitter.
you remember for my birthday you did that like it was supposed to be like edible confetti?
Oh yeah, the edible confetti.
Yeah,
That's right.
did it just look like tinier pieces of that? It's like
Oh, like very tiny though, like very fine. Oh, that's right. It was like little plastic looking things, but you can eat it
edible.
though. Edible. Oh, it was edible confetti. Here you go, puppy. You're not gonna fall. I gotcha. Yeah, that looked really cool. So my first thought for seeing it was, I'm not gonna. I was also when I was doing all this hate stuff, I was thinking like, why am I hating it just to hate it, or am I really like, no, this is like not good? Um, and no, because first of all, it's Disney. I want everything that Disney does to be amazing, the top dopest dope ever. And then on top of that, for it to be Star Wars, I want it to be like a billion times better, right? I don't want anything that Star Wars has for people to look at it and be like, ugh, like the holiday special. People go, ugh. I don't want people doing that. I don't like people doing that to Star Wars. I don't like when people are like, oh, but Star Trek is better. Like, what? Who do you think you are? You know, like y'all don't say that, you know, or Harry Potter is better than Star Wars. Like, what the heck? So that's why when I saw some of these things and like I'm hating on it, I'm like, it's not like I want this thing to be dope. So that's why I was a little disappointed with
the Star Trek fans are probably like, are you sure that's not just Star Trek there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that was my first thought, right? After seeing some stuff, like, nah, heck no, there's no way that I would even want to go. But I'm not gonna lie. After seeing some of these videos, I was kind of like, dang.
My favorite part, blue milk dispenser.
Oh, there's blue and green milk dispenser. Yeah, you can. It's on tap. You can go all day long. Well, that's the thing I don't know either. I'm not too sure. On a cruise, you can go whenever you want to eat
ice cream.
Ice cream. You can go eat. I don't even know if there was any ice cream on. I didn't see anyone eating ice cream.
I don't think there was.
And that's another big thing on a cruise: ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I would think also. I know this is Star Wars and space and stuff, but I would think because um, you're getting people from Earth, you would kind of assimilate. Is that the right word? You would
No, you
integrate Earth. You would integrate that. You would integrate Earth
It's
things
more-
into also Star Wars.
but you went from Batu.
Yeah, no, but still, they know they're having people from Earth. So people
Um,
from Earth, maybe in Star Wars, they're like ice cream. We don't do that stuff. I know you don't do that stuff, but you're getting people from Earth to come onto the ship, right? So then, how about you put ice cream? Because that's what Earthlings know on a cruise. That's what even an ice cream thing. Believe it or not, I'm not gonna lie. Having ice cream on a cruise ship is a big deal to a lot of cruise people. Believe it or not, one of the first things I see a lot of people in these cruise videos. What do they head off to?
ice cream.
Go get ice cream. Where's the ice cream? Gotta go get ice cream. We're on a cruise. It's not a cruise yet. Let's go get ice cream. So that's why, like some of those things I thought they would incorporate, there you go, into the cruise because they know, like, well, Earthlings like that. Let's put that into that too.
And it could have just been that simple excuse. That's why there's ice cream here. Because
Mhm.
you guys like that.
Yeah, exactly. See, easy. That's one of these things. Sometimes I've told these kids, like, can you imagine? See how easy that was? But can you imagine now? There's people who are getting paid sometimes millions of dollars,
And have a degree.
and they go, oh, and they spit out something stupid, and it's like, what? That's nuts. But yeah, no. But watching those videos, I'm not gonna lie, I did start to be like,
Doesn't look.
I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go. I'm not gonna lie. That is really cool. And the reason why it's really cool, what more I like it is because of the whole story of it, the immersion of it, right? There's a whole entire, you're living in a story, pretty much. You're living in a story.
It's
And
not so much of like
yeah, and that's another thing where I'm thinking where like Disney was banking on, right? That people are gonna be so much into the story that they don't have a pool. They don't need to have that because people are gonna be too like, I'm too much into the story. We don't need to put like windows, right, to show we're in space. People are gonna be too much into the story, like.
But
So
that's the problem.
yeah. I would just and they're all another thing again, like I said, if you don't have a phone, you're not gonna be able to really experience anything at all on
You're just
this.
the only thing you're gonna be doing is checking out the ship, like a few rooms, and then eating, go back to room, chill. And there's not even a TV in your room.
Well, and I'm not sure if there is or not. There was some screen thing. I'm not sure if that's what the TV is.
Really?
I don't. That's. I'm not. I don't know.
I mean, I'm.
But as of right now, what I've seen, there's no TV. So kind of
would
like the
assume
same thing.
there's
Like,
not, so,
what the heck?
Like,
What was
literally,
something.
Universal could probably do a better Star Wars hotel.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. They probably can. I've been
What
really.
they did with Hogwarts.
I've been really impressed. So I grew up with Universal Studios, just replacing one ride for another one, putting up screens in place of rides. So, like for King Kong was one of those where they took out a bunch of King Kong, OG King Kong, an actual working King Kong on a bridge, fire happening,
At least
lights, water, smoke, and they changed it into just two giant screens.
At least what you could have done, just saying, you could have like put it in the, not like in the King Kong part, maybe a bit before, and this was the old King Kong animatronic. Used to be here.
Something. But they've
they crushed it with Harry Potter.
They have been crushing it with a lot of things. Transformers was one that I thought was only going to be the same thing, screens, and it was more than just screens. That was my ankle. It was more than just screens. It was a lot of theming, and they have been getting into that. Universal has been getting more into practical and actual theming, putting you in it more than just putting facades. Yeah, that's him snoring. Doing than what the usual was just facades, right? It was just a painting of a house, right? And on the other side, there was nothing. It was just the wall and a painting of a house. Now they have done away with that and actually um, made you feel like you're going into these things. So I don't know, man. I think
I mean,
Universal's killing it with their theming and theme parks and rides.
at least with the screens,
Yeah.
they made it 3D. They made it at least remotely a little bit immersive.
Well, and just with the transport, that's why like I know they can do better because they did it with the space restaurant. They they made and a big area for people to get in one thing and to go up to the restaurant. It's not like a little thing like it is for the hotel. But like I said, there's those negatives, and I thought there was going to be a lot more negatives to the hotel. Surprisingly, there was not as many. I do like. I don't know. I just as I was watching it, I was feeling like, dang, like I really want to go now. For the price of it, that's the only thing where I'm like,
Still,
it's
maybe
still
too
pretty
expensive.
crazy. It sucks that you're paying that much money and they want you to do that much work uh,
And
for
with
you to experience.
and with what you're doing, you're only going to have time to eat breakfast too.
I mean, who knows all this stuff? But well, it's just because you pay that much money, so I want you to entertain me. You do the work. Don't rely on me to
Because
do it for
the,
you.
the point of vacationing is to let it all out,
Yeah.
relax.
But like, but I also, I love doing this stuff, right? Like going out, I'll do it. But to a point though, like I want you to do it though. I don't want like, it's weird. I don't know. It's weird with me because I like it both. I like you do it, but then I also want to be involved. I don't know. I'm a confusing dude too. Uh, but I feel like this hotel, it relies on you doing stuff. If you don't do nothing, I don't feel like the story or your story or what your experience would
Would
be
impact
much.
your stay.
Yeah, I don't think anything would really happen. You really wouldn't really know what's going on other than just you being far away and like, oh, well, no, that's happening, that's happening. Um, and
Oh,
then I don't know if you can freely just explore whenever you want.
yeah, I don't think
It
so.
doesn't seem like with all that.
Overall, if you're one of those people who don't really like to like get like whoa so much things at one time, not really for you.
Yeah.
'Cause
You got to be,
you
if you're going to go to this hotel, you know that you're going to be, stuff is going to be happening to you constantly. You're going to have, there's
you're gonna
always
have
going to
to
be
do this.
something happening. And this is not, yeah, a chill. There's not a chill experience. Um,
And it kind of defeats the point of vacation.
if that's what you're looking for. If that's not what you're looking for, and you're like, yeah, I want crazy stuff to happen, like, then
Go
it's
for
it's
it.
pretty perfect. It's pretty
Yep.
good.
And you don't really care. Well, I mean, if you're sort of like you're meh with the theming, but you're like, let's do this, let's do yay, then it's pretty good for you.
Yeah. Overall, though, I do like it. After seeing it, do I want to go? I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I do want to go. Is it
Like
hard to
from
justify for us to go? Yes, it is very hard to justify for us to go, just because not it's not just so the price. It's just I don't know if everyone will be into that. You know that's why.
and then yeah, like how you said with the price, but still, we're not rich. We're not
Well,
like crazy rich.
I don't know. Even I think for like I said, it's not so much even the price. Like, yeah, it's pricey. But if we're gonna pay that much, which we can,
You got to make sure everybody has a good time.
well,
Like that.
everyone. But for that price, I just see us benefiting more on doing an actual cruise, and we would actually go for 8 days rather than just 2 days. So that's why. Um,
Creaky chair.
in no way would like this is not something that I would push at all for in any way close right now. There's a lot more other things that I would rather do. Um, like I don't know. I honestly would rather save my money and still go back to Disneyland. We've gone to Disneyland a bunch of times, a million times, but I don't care. I would love to go save my money and just go to Disneyland.
And it's like few hours.
Yeah, but or even like Walt Disney World, or even just on an actual cruise, on a Royal Caribbean cruise or on a Disney cruise, save that same amount of money that we would spend, same amount.
Hold on, I just
but on a
realized
longer
something.
cruise.
So you know the new cruise coming out for Disney, right? And
Excuse
how
me.
the trailer they did, it looked like plastic.
The ship?
No.
Oh, all that stuff was all CGI.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of the stuff that they showed for the ship and all that was all CGI. That was not
Because I'm like,
really on the ship. Yeah, because a bunch of it wasn't really built yet.
oh,
Yeah,
because they were still kind of in the beginning of process.
not in the beginning. I think just like finishing touches. Yeah, I just know it was like a bunch of CGI stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because it didn't look.
So that's crazy because their cruise ship is coming out, but at no point is anyone like, oh man, is that gonna look good? Like they've done cruise ships and everyone knows this new one that's coming out, that thing's gonna look awesome. See, like that's something I would push for, to go on this new cruise ship that's coming out, because it's, I believe, their biggest cruise ship ever built.
Yeah.
Even though it's their biggest cruise ship ever built, it's still not the biggest cruise ship.
What?
Royal Caribbean blows
Oh.
their boats out of the water. Royal Caribbean is ginormous.
They could literally blow their boats out of the water.
So, but it looks cool, that water slide that they got. It's like an actual dark ride water slide that they have on the cruise ship. That looks insane. Yeah. So, but we're gonna end this. We're at 2 hours now. We've never done that on a live. But yeah, just overall, was there negatives to the hotel? Yes.
Mhm.
Was there things that could have been done better? Yes.
Yes.
Were things done cheap? Yes. But did it turn out better than we thought?
Yes.
Actually, it turned out a lot better than we thought. And it did give me that feel of like, oh man, like I actually want to go and be there. It was cool though. I mean, I'm excited to see the next few videos of like day 2, the last day. I'm excited to see revisits of people going back to the hotel to see the whole thing happen all over again. I'm excited then to see, videos a year from now to see, hopefully, things are still kicking butt. We'll see. It's just Candace, Toby, and Tim. He's like, who is it? I gotta put batteries. Yeah, it's still an awesome. It looks like it's an awesome trip, with its negatives here and there, but nothing gets done perfect. Hopefully, it just gets better. But that's that.
We should probably.
Yeah, we'll stop right now, crew. That'll be it. It's 2 hours and some. I don't even think anyone would have even made it to this point right now, right? I'm petting the puppy with the puppy.
Make sure you don't.
He doesn't like the lightsaber. He's like, what are you doing? Yeah, if you crew, you're having fun in your week, keep having fun. Keep being dope. Thanks if even you made it to this point.
In the future.
in the future, if anyone ever does.
It says right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right there.
No one, but I mean in the future.
I mean in the future, because maybe people are still at work right now.
Well, and who knows if maybe like in 50 years, people are like, oh, watch it now, So if you're watching this in 50 years, hey, I'm probably dead already, dude. You can't crew with us IRL, but you can crew with us in our adventures. If YouTube is still around in 50 years, who knows? We'll see.
TikTok's probably gonna have taken over the world.
Hopefully not. But crew, that was a fun. We love talking Star Wars. See, I could talk Star Wars, I could talk Disney, and I could talk both of them together for hours upon hours. I could still keep going. I'm only stopping because I'm like, I guess I'll let you guys go. But I mean, I can keep going and I can keep talking Disney parks. There's still a lot more that I could talk about. There's the new parks. There's the Disney, all Disney World I could talk about. There's all of Disneyland. There's all the new stuff happening to Disneyland. There's the Disney Runaway, Mickey's Runaway Railway thing happening. There's the supposed park expansion.
Oh yeah.
That's not really considered park expansion, but it
'Cause
is a
it's
park
gonna be-
expansion.
yeah.
And they're
but
not new parks, but they're part of the
also,
parks, but they're
like-
not part of the parks.
Like new downtown Disney
Yeah,
park expansion.
all that's the new downtown Disney part.
A lot of stuff is.
And then the new ride that's coming to Avengers Campus. And people are like,
Really?
"What new ride?" Yeah, there's a new ride coming to
Yeah,
Avengers Campus, and it's the main ride. That's another thing I don't like that Disney's doing. Like they're releasing these like second rate rides, right? But not releasing the main one. They haven't even began to build the
They're
show
still
building
doing
to.
concept.
Yeah, there's I think it might be done.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, they
for
just
the
or
Quinjet
yeah, the
ride or
Quinjet
whatever.
ride.
That whole thing, they haven't even gotten to building the show building, but yeah, could talk about that. And I could talk about other parks. There's the Tron also coming. There's something was supposed to happen to Tomorrowland, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen to Tomorrowland for like maybe another 20 years now. Because then there's that expansion, but not the expansion. I'm telling you, I could talk about Disneyland forever, and I keep going. I can talk about Disneyland even in the past, all the stuff in the past. I could talk about the stuff in the middle because there's a lot of stuff that was happening in the middle. Michael Eisner, but he did a lot of good though too. I'm not gonna lie. And then now future, and then with Bob Iger, and then now with Bob Cheapskate. I'm telling you, I can go and I can go and I can go.
That's
so
his
that's
nickname now?
Yeah, Bob Cheapskate. So that's why.
Is he still president?
Bob Cheapskate? Yeah, he's a current one right now.
I thought
Bob Iger was the
I thought he was gonna go back.
No, that was all just rumors. Bob Iger's like, nope, I'm done with that, dude. You guys are not getting me back. Later. But yeah, that's gonna do it. All right. That's why I'm cutting it off because I'm just gonna be dragging on to you guys. I can keep going. I'm gonna probably turn off the library and I'm gonna keep talking to myself to an empty screen. Just blah, 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 blah. But crew, thanks for crewing with us as always on this live. If this counts as our 200th episode, beep 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 beep. 200th episode, good job, we did it. And if it's not, if lives don't count as the 200th episode or video count.
Well, I mean, Ordinary Adventures put a playlist of all their stuff.
Well, I know, but like on the video count, I don't know if this is an account as 200.
Oh, really?
So, because lives are in their own category, not in the main content part.
Why is mine so loud?
Maybe because where the speakers is maybe better. I don't know.
I mean, they're both at the bottom.
Yeah. But all right, crew. We love you. You're all awesome. If you're not subscribed, please do. Yeah, we appreciate that. But if not, keep being awesome. We love you. You're all awesome. Thanks for crewing. Thanks for venturing.
On this live.
On to the very next, then to the next, the next, the next, the next, the next.